Good morning. Alrighty, we had almost 200 people register for this webinar. So, hello to everyone. I can see people joining right now. So great to have a little time to talk to you all. I will introduce myself in just a minute, but while I'm doing that, if you want to take a minute to introduce yourself in the chat box, I would love to know who's here and be able to say hi. Oh, hey, Anne. Hi, how are you? Anne beat me to it. Sharon knew what to do. Thanks so much for saying hi. Yeah, if you could take a minute to hi, Jewel. Hi, Sally. Happy to be here. I'm happy you're here. This is so fun. The only thing that would make it better is if I could see you all, but that's not a possibility right now. Hey, Heidi from Australia. See, I was going to say good morning to everyone, or maybe I did, but it's not morning for everyone. So while you're introducing yourself, if you want to share a little about what you are looking for in this bundle. So well, actually, I have a poll too, so I'll just publish the poll. This is my first time using this webinar software, so we'll see how it goes. Uh, the question is, do you want to get organized in 2020? So hopefully that popped up for you and you can share. Hi, Barb from Ohio. I'm in Ohio too. Hi. And Heidi, it's 3 a.m. Oh my goodness, what a champ. You're here at 3 a.m. your time. Well, I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you. Thank you for joining us so early. Um, so while I give people just kind of a minute to log in, introduce themselves, I'd love for you to share what your hope would be to find in the bundle. Like what area of organizing or decluttering would you most want to get help with? Hopefully you have some idea of what's in the bundle just being here. Hopefully you've had a chance to look at the info page. But if you haven't, that is okay too. We are going to be taking a sneak peek at everything, and I'm going to be showing you everything in just a couple minutes. So while you all introduce yourselves, let's see. Hi, Diana from Florida. Um, Barb says, heading towards retirement and do not want to leave all this crap for kids to have to handle one day. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's very considerate of you, truly. Um, and your children will be immensely grateful if they don't have to deal with, a lot of stuff left over. I know when my grandfather passed away 11 years ago, this month actually, um, he was somewhat, oh, I almost feel guilty sharing this, truly. This is kind of where my passion for, I think where my clutter issues come from, and also my passion for helping people with this issue is he was someone who definitely could have been on that show Hoarders. I don't want to go into details out of respect for him, but oh man, it was a lot of stuff to deal with. And it was a house that he'd raised three children in and lived in with my grandmother until she passed. And, I mean, we're talking like, I don't know, at least 3,000, maybe more square feet packed with stuff. And that took a huge toll on my mom. It was hard for all the siblings because only one lived in the area. The other two were on either sides of the country. And it was just very stressful. So, not to bring everyone down, but to declutter with your children in mind, to get rid of it so you don't pass that on, is truly a huge blessing that they will really appreciate. Tara says she's drowning in paper. Anna says, need to be able to find things and not buy things I already have. Also need to feel calm in a decluttered home. Yes, I think that is something that some of us get so used to living in clutter, myself included, that we become what I call clutter blind, right? We kind of don't see it anymore. And we kind of get used to living in this like constantly stressful state, this like heightened state of like maybe depression or anxiety, just feeling like overwhelmed. There's something to be said for being able to look around your house and not seeing like a never ending nagging to do list, which is what I think clutter is, right? When we live in a cluttered environment, when we look around, we can't really rest completely, because it's always like, I should be doing that. I could be taking care of this. I guess I'll have to get to it later. It's just this constant list of things that we still have to take care of. Um, let's see. Deborah's feeling overwhelmed. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Um, Roberta from Northern Ireland. Hello. So nice of you to join us. I recently found out from a 23andMe test that I'm 70% Irish. So I need to make it to Ireland someday and see the land of my people. That's on my bucket list because all the pictures I've seen are stunning. So anyway, while you the last couple people have a chance to introduce themselves and maybe share like what topics they're most interested in, I won't be able to see you for just a minute. I'm going to pull up the other two pages that we're going to be looking at and get those ready. Another thing to know is that I was going to kick my family out of the house for this because, for those who don't know, I guess I should introduce myself because not everyone came from my blog or through anything who knows me. So, for those who don't know, I'm Emily Rooney. I blog at Happy Organized Life. I run a group on Facebook called the Declutterathon. We just passed like 40,000 members, which is amazing. When I started that group, it was funny. When I started that group, I didn't know if anyone would be joining me. I thought, is anyone going to want to join a group about clutter? I don't know. I know this is something that I need help with, so I'll just see if anyone's interested. And within the first day, we had 1,500 members, and I thought, oh wow, this is definitely not an issue that I am the only one struggling with, which is comforting. And now we're about 5 years in, and we have more than 40,000 members. If you're not in the group, it is a wonderful group of just supportive, encouraging people, brave people who share very vulnerable things that they're going through, pictures of their homes. I know as a blogger, it's hard to be vulnerable online, right? I mean, you can get some really unpleasant comments from people. So I am just eternally grateful to everyone who is brave enough to not only join that group, but be so transparent with what they're going through. And I'm just so proud of that community. Personally, I have 6 kids and a wonderful husband. And I was going to kick them out of the house for this webinar because with that many kids and that many other people in the house, you never know what's going to happen. And it's usually never quiet in our home. But we got we were supposed to get like a bad storm. And anyway, they're all here. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that this goes well. Who knows? Either way, it should be entertaining, right? Even if it doesn't go well. Okay, let me pull up this last page and then we can start to jump into this bundle sneak peek. Let me see. Roberta says, wow, 70% Irish. There's a room here with your name on it. I'll take you up on that. Do you have room for 8? Because the whole family will probably want to come. So it'll be an invasion. It's funny. My husband, his last name is Rooney, which is, very Irish, I think. And his family has always had so much Irish pride, which I think is awesome. But I laughed when we got the DNA test back, and he's only like 50% Irish, so I'm 70, and I'm like, well, look at that in your face. Let's see. Heidi said, or is it Hyde? I'm not sure. I hope I'm not mispronouncing that. I just noticed there's no I at the end. You've purchased the bundle. We'll be working on getting organized later in the year. Currently stuck with a lot of work on a PhD. Congratulations. Good job. So you need to focus on that first. We'll be working on getting organized after the PhD submission. You've lived in the house for a very long time and have had a lot of years of full-time work raising boys, adults now, while also studying at the same time. So you have a lot of stuff. I don't have an overview of what needs to be sorted, though. Well, congratulations on all your hard work and great job on the PhD. I know that's a lot of work. Um, I think this is such a good reminder that sometimes, usually, people aren't cluttered without reason, right? Um, and that is why I have such an empathetic heart for anyone who is struggling with disorganization and clutter issues, because I know that clutter is like rarely ever about the stuff. Some people may just need like a system, they need just like a smarter way to do something, and that's great. But for a lot of people with chronic clutter, there are reasons for that stuff being there. I think my grandfather that I talked about earlier is the person who uh, comes to mind when I think about this. I know I was only 4 when my grandmother passed away, but I can remember in those early years watching the house, every time we'd visit, deteriorate a little more and a little more. And I know that he never really came to grips with her passing. And he lived another 20 or 25 years after she passed away. So, all of that to say, I think all of that clutter was there because of grief and probably depression. Um, I've never met someone who has clutter issues, chronic clutter issues, who, uh, it, you know, doesn't have something else going on, basically. Um, let's see. Denise, hi, teaches part time, have a hoarder's amount of art and school supplies as well as paperwork. Much of this is for classes you no longer teach. Books galore. You read about 300 last year. Hey, that's great. Great job. Joined late and only seeing a chat. Uh-oh, I hope no one else is only seeing the chat. Um, so can you guys see me? Someone else said she hasn't pulled up anything yet. I mean, I hope you guys can see me. It's not just talking. Um, but yeah, okay, well, we'll just keep rolling with this. Okay, people can see me. All right, woo. All right, that's good to know. Okay. Um, all right, so let's kind of dive in here and take a look, right? So I am, it's going to be a little tricky on my end to see everything. Um, and like I may not be able to see the chat and the pages that I'm sharing, but I will try to bounce back and forth. Um, oh, okay. Thank you, Amy. So yes, click live room on the bottom of the screen to see me. Um, okay, so let's dive in. I'm pressing share my screen now. Do I would say, let's see. Hold on one second. Here we go. Okay, I think you can see this now. I've got lots of windows going all over all over my computer, so minimize that a little bit so I can see. All right, so this is the page that a lot of people have probably seen, right? The Happy Organized Life bundle. Say goodbye to clutter and overwhelm and make 2020 your most organized year yet. It's 62 resources for less than $50. So a lot of people, I got a question the other day, for anyone who's maybe not on my email list or joining through another member, another contributor of the bundle. I got a question yesterday or a couple days ago that someone said, uh, well, let me show you the value of this first. This is why they said this. So the value of the bundle is $2,498.50, right? So this price of $49.97 is 98% off. And this person said, how is that possible? Why would you all do this? This sounds like a scam. And at first, when I heard that, I was like, how dare you? I would never be involved in a scam. Then once I took like a step back, I thought, okay, I completely understand why she said this, because the first time I heard of a bundle that was all of these resources for like a ridiculously low price, I thought the same thing. Okay, so I totally get that. The way this works is all of these contributors are contributing things that maybe they sell elsewhere. These may be totally unique to the bundle. But if all of these were purchased separately, that's how much it would cost, right? But by bundling them together for a limited time, we're able to gain exposure for with other people, people who may not have heard of us before, who are interested in the same topic. So that's why it's so powerful. And then we're also able to create like an amazing resources that truly has the ability to transform lives. So that's kind of how we're able to do all of this. And it's also why it is limited, because if we had this out there, unlimited by any time, um, people would lose money long term. But for a short term, it's like almost like an advertising cost. Um, okay, so that's how much time we have left. The sale does end Tuesday. But then I won't read through the whole sales page because you're here for a sneak peek and you can see this already. But overall, this is for the person who is feeling like they need some help getting organized. Now, the awesome thing about this bundle is it's putting together more than 50 professional organizers and experts, okay? People who you couldn't even hire them for an hour at this price. And you're going to get insights into how they do things, how they organize. We have things to help you get to the source of the chronic disorganization, rewrite negative thoughts and feelings that are like preventing you from making progress. Will help you come up with a clear plan to how to move through your home. Maintenance is a big thing we cover because I don't know about you, but there have been times when I organize a space and then I turn around and it feels like 5 minutes later and it's like trashed again. And it's like, how does that happen? What happened? Um, so Tabitha says I disappeared. Can anyone still hear me or? Okay, people, I'm good. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. That's really helpful to get your feedback. So, worst case scenario, if something does go haywire or bonkers on your end or mine, there will be a replay, so you can tune in for that. Okay, so there's the bundle, 62 resources, and then just in case you haven't had a chance to kind of see all the different topics that we're going to talk through, I'm going to show you here because it's a little prettier than in the bundle itself, at least the menu of the bundle, and it's a little easier to read and see. So there are 8 books, 17 expert interviews, 15 videos and e-courses, and then more than 400 like printables and workbooks and things that you can use. The expert interviews, you'll see a lot of me in the bundle because I do all the interviews. I had such a great time talking to all of these different professional organizers and people, experts in other fields, even if they don't organize for other people, they may blog about organizing or something like that. Excuse me. So these are the different topics we cover. We're covering mindset, and then these little images are the different like sessions. So how to be organized for life, conquering your clutter triggers, how to run your home like a hotel, and then how to cultivate a decluttering mindset, decluttering, goals and productivity, time management, bed and bath, closets and clothing. This right here is a guide that Matlin has used to, she's Get Minimized on Instagram. You might follow her. She has made over like $20,000 reselling her clothes online. So this is her guide. She's never like given this, sold this anywhere before. So this is the only place to get this. So that right there, I mean, if you follow that, you could get your you could get your money back in no time and then some. The kitchen, meal planning, organizing for kids, like keepsakes. And actually, there's another session here that I still need to add. Someone did an interview after the bundle launched. So it's actually even more than we're saying it is, 63 resources or whatever. But that session is on organizing playrooms and nurseries. And then there's how to maintain organization, and then all the other areas of your home. So there's paper, there's how to be an organized traveler. There's budget materials. This is budget two. Simplified motherhood toolkit, how to have a control center, the medication disposal and storage, digital, which is what we're talking about today in the declutterathon. Um, so that's everything that you get in the bundle. And then we are so certain that you're going to love this, truly, that we are offering a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you buy the bundle, get into it, and then decide, nah, this maybe isn't for me, or it's not what I thought, or whatever, that's okay. Just write to us and we'll give you your money back. It's no questions asked, no problem at all. However, I do think, and the reason that we can provide this guarantee, I do think there's something in there for everyone. So I myself learned a tip while doing one of the interviews for this bundle that when I heard the tip, I thought, oh, that's neat. Once I got into it and figured out like what she was talking about, my mind was blown. I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to save me literally 100 hours or more, probably more to tell you the truth, over the next year. Okay, so I'll tell you a little more about that as we get into the bundle itself. But that's why we give you 30 days too. We want you to have time to dig into the materials, to see what you will be getting, and then also to start getting the benefits from it. So, okay, let's see. Webinar switches to chat frequently. So to see you, one needs to keep clicking back to live room. Okay. That's good to know. I don't know why that's happening. This is my first time using the software, so hopefully we won't have too many glitches. Hello from Maryland. Hello, Katrina. Does anything in the bundle expire or have an expiration date? No. So this bundle, I'm guaranteeing it for a year. The truth is, as long as the course platform is up and running, like you will have access to this forever. Okay. I do say I guarantee a year because there are factors that are kind of beyond my control, right? So this is hosted on a course platform. If that for some reason goes out of business, or, the internet explodes, like there are some factors beyond my control, but you will have access to this for as long as the internet's working, Teachable is around, and I'm alive. So Heidi, please tell me where in the bundle I can find that. I need shortcuts for immediate benefits. Absolutely. I will tell you where you can find that. Let's see. How is it viewable? Will I be able to see it on a computer, or is a Kindle necessary? All right, well, let's just go take a look, shall we? It is available all online. So let me get this window dragged open here, and then I just need to share a different window with you now. Let's see. Sorry for like the coughing and my nose. I'm in Ohio, but it hasn't been too cold here. So I think all of my lovely allergies are starting to show up earlier than usual. So my apologies for that. Let me see. I evidently have a lot of windows open on my computer because I can't find what I need to look for. I thought I closed all these, but there are like 800 windows I have to go through. So hold on one second. While I am looking for the right tab, oh, now I'm getting messages. It's crazy on this side. While I'm going through here, if you have any questions or anything like that, let me see. Please let me know. Oh, here we go. All right. Here we go. So when you log into the course, this is what you will see. There's a little logo to let you know you're in the right place. And then over here are all the lectures. So there's a little thing about me and kind of how the bundle started. But then we get into the meat and potatoes of the course. So this is why I wanted to show you on the sales page, because this isn't quite as pretty as like the little iPads and stuff. But there's the mindset, the decluttering, the goals, time management, all that stuff that we just covered. Okay. And then on the little titles, some of them have the times here. All of those that have times mean those are either videos, like the video e-courses, or interviews that I'm doing. So there are all these different things that you can go through. So some of my, let's see what you guys are saying. So yes, I actually don't think you would be able to maybe view some of the stuff on a Kindle, some of the ebooks. I'm not 100% sure about that, to tell you the truth. But all of it is available online. And then some of the materials, like the workbooks, the printables, I think some of the ebooks can also be downloaded too. Is Teachable an app or strictly? I think it's just the web-based platform. So you would need, you can get to it on your phone. Any way you can access the internet, you can get to it. I'm all on board to do this, but my husband is a saver, just like his mom. I realize it's hard for him, but I can't understand why he needs to keep so much. Yeah, there are so many reasons that people, when you say saver, I'm guessing you mean, has a hard time parting with things. There's so many reasons for that. So we actually get into a lot of that inside the bundle. So if there's a section that you want to see, like obviously we don't have time to go through all of these sections because there are so many, but if there's a specific section you want to see, you can let me know and we can take a peek in there. So the section that saved me will literally save me like 100 or more hours over the next year, is a tip I learned right here in this How to Get Dinner on the Table Night After Night by Laura Whitman. So let's take a peek in there. You can see what each module will look like. A video is probably going to play, so I'll have to kind of scroll down and stop that quickly, just so we're not both talking at you at once. Okay, yeah. So I need all, there we go. Okay, so when you log in, or when you click on to the module that you want to see, there's obviously the title, and then there's a picture of that contributor. So this is Laura. She blogs at I'm an Organizing Junkie. She's been blogging for, I think it's like 14 years now. She is a wife, mom of 3. She lives in Canada, and she just, is very passionate about organizing and decluttering and helping people come up with systems that will work for their homes and lives. So she, let me see, can you guys see the whole screen? Okay, mine is cut off a little bit, so I'll just go over here. So she recommended, she's talking about meal planning. And the funny thing about her talking about meal planning is she actually hates to cook, okay? And she wanted to help people figure out how to get healthy meals on the table, even if they hate to cook, if they're busy, they don't want to be in the kitchen all the time, right? Because even though she does not enjoy the process of cooking, she had to cook for her husband and kids. For some reason, these people demand meals like every single day. That's the way I feel when I feed my kids. I'm like, didn't we just have lunch? Like, you want to do this dinner thing again? This is like an everyday thing. All right, fine. I guess I'll make something. But I'll tell you, I don't necessarily love cooking either. So I was really excited when she was willing to share a lot of her tips. And you can find like 14 years of meal plans on her blog. So if you're looking for a meal plan, that's a great resource to find. It's the cleaning after cooking that seems such a time stealer to me. Yeah, for sure, it can be. I know one thing that I do is if I clean as I go, that seems to make a difference. I also just make my husband do the dishes, so that helps me too. we have a deal. If I cook, he cleans, and that works for our home. So in this video, oh, that's such a lovely. I uh, I don't know exactly where the tip, like at what minute marker it is, but she shared this resource that she uses called Plan to Eat. Okay. Plan to Eat is an online thing, a website that you can, I can probably just show you. Let me see. So, um, okay, you guys are seeing that. So this is, oh man, I'm not logged in. Sorry, that was I'll just tell you about it. So what it is it's an online meal planner. So you can put your own recipes in there, or you can easily click things off the internet and save them to your Plan to Eat database. So I really love the Skinny Taste website. Um, okay, good. You can see it. See this little add to PTE? If I was on her website and wanted to save a recipe to my meal planner, I could just find what I'm looking for. Okay, let's see. It's this. I already saved that one, so I'll click to this one. And it will say, like, oh, this looks good, right? Now, normally, what I would do in my organize or my meal planning process is I get my cookbooks together and I would sit down and I would have to go through all of these books to find out, figure out what we want to eat this week. And then I have to go through and um, usually convert the all of the menu amounts, all the ingredient amounts to at least serving 8. Most of them are 4. Okay, we have 8 people in our family, and 4 is not going to feed us all. So then I have to go through and do all the calculations. Then I have to make the grocery list. Okay, I was seriously spending at least 2 hours every week doing this. And it was something that I had really come to dread. I was not enjoying it, right? Um, it was sucking up a ton of time. Then I'd have to, um, like, after all of that was done, then throughout the week, I'd have to be making all the meals, which just felt like it's just not something I like to do. Now, for other people, maybe they love that part of, their week. Maybe meal planning is like their me time or something. But for me, it just was something that I did not enjoy. So when she told me about Plan to Eat when I was doing the interview with her, I thought, oh, that sounds neat. Oh, cool. I might have to check that out, right? It was a tip that she gave me, but I didn't realize how like phenomenal that was going to be and how much it was going to help me until I actually checked it out. And then once I checked it out, it was like, oh my gosh, Laura just gave me like 100 hours of my life back. And that's just over the next year. Imagine over my lifetime, how much time she possibly saved me. I mean, she's given me back almost an entire week of the next year. What a week is like 168 hours. So take out sleeping. That's like I spend probably at least a week every year meal planning the way I was doing it in my old way. So this is why this bundle is so amazing, because is everyone going to benefit from that exact tip? Maybe not. Maybe some people have, a personal chef, or maybe they love meal planning and they would never want to give up whatever process they're already using. But I can guarantee, and that's why we had that guarantee, that if you work through the different sections, there's going to be something in here that speaks to you, that helps you in a way that maybe you never even realized you needed help, or you never knew that there could be an easier way um, to do something that you're already doing, right? I mean, the opportunity to kind of peek inside the brain of 50 people who do this professionally, people who it kind of just seems like second nature. I mean, it's so easy for them, has been really awesome. So letting go of sentimental or emotional stuff. Okay, we will touch on that in just a minute. So back to the Plan to Eat quickly. If I just press this, I'm on this website. What I would normally have to do is scroll all the way down, find all the ingredients, write all of this out, do the calculations. This one would be pretty easy. 8, 2, 1, half, fourth, or 1, 1, 1, you know what I mean? But it's still time consuming every single time I do it. With Plan to Eat, all I have to do is click the add to PTE. I was afraid it was going to do that. Let me see if you can. Okay, you can't see my password, so we'll try this. Hopefully I can remember what it is. Here we go. Okay, so it clips the recipe. You get a picture, it gets where it's from, the description, right? All the ingredients and the directions, all right here. And then it even gets nutritional facts. So this right here is one of my favorite features. I can go, oh, I need it to serve 8. Oh, hold on, it's only in the, see, and it'll totally mess it up. No, hold on, I can only do that change. Oh no, wait, there it did. Okay, see, I'm still new to this. Let's see if that'll work. Doesn't look like, okay, I see what I did wrong. So there, serves 4, and then I guess if you click over here, there it goes. For every recipe I use throughout the week, and then I can save this. So in the future, I'm not having to do it over and over and over again, or, muddying up my cookbooks, because that's what I would usually do. I wouldn't want to have to do the calculations every single week over and over. So I just write it there in my cookbook. But yeah, that's a huge time saver. Then we pull this over a little bit. When I go to Plan to Eat itself, now I didn't click save recipe, but I think it should come up here anyway. Yeah, there it is. Here it is. And then this is also from Skinny Taste. That's phenomenal. I highly recommend that. But these are all the recipes. So here's the cool thing. You can import your recipes, right? You can tag them with different things. I'll stop going on and on about this soon because it's not a Plan to Eat advertisement or anything. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. It's just it's just my new time-saving tool that I'm like very passionate about and excited about. But then you can plan. So you can click here and then you can go, oh, okay, I want to have lasagna this night and I want to have, whatever else this night, blah, blah, blah. Then after you get all of these planned, how much or however little you want to do. I know some people don't plan for breakfast and lunch, but you can if you want to, even snacks and stuff. Then you can press shop and it will print out your grocery list for everything that you have for that time period. And it also has a little code here so you can see exactly which recipe it's for. So if you decide last minute, you know what, we're not going to have that, you can go through and cross out all the B ingredients or something like that. So anyway, that's my little Plan to Eat spiel. Hopefully I didn't drone on too much about that, but when you find something that's literally going to give you 100 plus hours of your life back, it gets pretty exciting, right? My mind is blown from that. Okay, so let's see. One topic. There's a Plan to Eat app. I believe it. I believe it. You can get. Okay, so it says, I see Plan to Eat app has a cost to it. Will that be typical of other resources? So that's just like an extra tip. That is not something that's in the bundle, obviously. That was just something she recommended. But you can use this bundle is meant to help you, not just like lead you to other things that'll cost you money, right? So that just happened to be the thing that like spoke to me. But no, you do not have to like worry about every single tip in here is going to lead you to, oh, and now go buy something from this website and go buy something from that website. That just happened to be the thing that blew my mind and helped me. About the sentimental and emotional letting go. So for that, I would highly recommend the mindset portion of the bundle, okay? So this, how to cultivate a decluttering mindset, that is a conversation I had with Sarah from The Small Helm. And she is one of my favorite people to follow because she shares incredible insights on how our brains work and how just because we have a thought doesn't mean that that thought is true, right? I think so many of us, I did it for a long time and I still do it today. I mean, I'm not I'm not immune to this, unfortunately, yet. Um, but we have these thoughts and feelings and we think that they are reality, right? When in reality, they are just our reaction to whatever is going on. So she talks in this section about something called CTFAR, I believe is what it's called. So she talks about how we have circumstances, and then, whatever happens, a circumstance, we have a thought about that. We create a thought. That thought then creates feelings within us. Our feelings cause us to have an action, right? And then I think the R is circumstance, thought, feeling, action, and is it results? Something like that. Um, but this has been so powerful to me, that framework that she discusses, and we talk for, 45 minutes, 46 minutes here. It does kind of, we do get cut off because I used a different webinar software and it wasn't as reliable. But I mean, despite the abrupt ending, you're going to get so much benefit from that. This is something I actually shared in my 31 Days of Decluttering course, and people raved about it. So I wanted to put it in the bundle too, because it was so helpful for so many people. So, has anyone, I'd love to know what you think of the mindset stuff. Have any of you kind of dug into that topic? Um, Sarah says and shares things that make me look at life circumstances in a different way, right? So she talks about how all circumstances are neutral. They are not necessarily good or bad. It's what we think about them, what we choose to believe about them, that creates our experience of whether or not they're good or bad. So I personally still struggle with that idea because some things just feel good and bad to me. Um, but she shared an example recently on her Instagram account that I thought was so powerful. So she took a picture of, this actually relates to what we were talking about just a minute ago about how the cleanup can take like a lot of energy and time. She shared a picture of her kitchen sink overflowing with dirty dishes, right? And she said, let's have a choose your own adventure game. And it was on Instagram, so there was like the little poll buttons. And she said, when you see this, you can choose to believe one of two things. A, why am I the one who like has to do the dishes, right? No one else in this family helps me. Look at this mess. I have to clean this up, right? So basically, a lot of the thoughts that I have when I see a sink of overflowing dirty dishes, like no one else can see this. Come on, people. So that's thought A, choice A, or B was, yay, it's podcast time. I get to have like personal development time. So she had trained herself basically to switch from what she used to think when she would look at a sink of dirty dishes, which was like, frustration, overwhelm, irritation. I did the cooking, or even if she didn't cook, like why is no one else doing this? Everyone can see that the dishes are dirty. No one helps me around the house. All those kind of like negative thoughts that then make that experience of doing dishes a negative experience because you're getting frustrated and angry that there's a mess and no one's helping. She trained herself to the point where now when she sees a sink full of dirty dishes, she actually gets excited because that's her time when she gets to put in her earbuds, listen to some of her favorite podcasts, and really, get insight, alone time, personal development time that maybe she has a hard time getting elsewhere. She has 4 boys, so I'm sure her house, like mine, is pretty active and loud. Um, Podcasts have transformed my housework time. I put headphones on and listen undisturbed. Still haven't gotten excited about housework yet, though. Well, maybe that's coming. It sounds like you've done the first part. I will admit I have not gotten into podcasts yet. I don't know, but I don't know why. I mean, I'm sure there are wonderful ones out there, and I know I would love them. But I just haven't gotten into it yet. But her little choose your own adventure thing has given me a whole new perspective on how I approach our housework, because I will not lie. Most of the time, I do feel irritated. Most of the time, I feel like I hate to say it's the first thing that went through my head may have been like a curse word, so I'll edit myself. But I feel like, why do I have to deal with this again? And you can probably hear like the genuine irritation coming through my voice. But approaching these things with a different mindset really does make the difference between how much progress we're able to make, and then the experience we have. And then all of that helps to determine whether or not we want to do it again, right? So I see this all the time in my Declutter-a-thon group, and I've seen it all the time in my own thoughts too. When I go to approach something, how I approach it, the thoughts I have about approaching it can make or break the whole experience for me, right? And this is just one section of the mindset. Also great for long drives to work when stuck in traffic. I bet. I work from home, so not too many long drives for me, but I can see where they would definitely be handy. Deborah says, I already have a better mindset. Thank you. Good. I'm glad to hear that. So some of the other things here in the mindset area are how to be organized for life. Laura Ellis is a professional organizer who walks us through the process of how to not only get organized, but really maintain that organization, and stay organized based on, our beliefs about what we're doing. Conquering your clutter triggers, another really good one. I loved my talk with Jennifer. She talked about the different things that can make us want to keep things when we should get rid of them, the different things in our lives that may encourage clutter, and how we can rewrite those thoughts so that we are then able to let things go and make progress in our homes. Then there's the decluttering section. I mean, I wish we had time to really dig into all of it, because all of it really is so helpful, so like packed with tips and helpful advice. And I really kind of feel like I birthed a baby with this thing. Like I just could not be prouder that all of these amazing contributors not only agreed to participate, but then when I saw like what they were contributing and the materials, I was just truly blown away and excited for how life-changing I know this can be for people. I mean, that, like I keep saying, that one little meal planning tip, I mean, I was talking to my husband and I said, what price would I put on 100 hours of my life? I mean, definitely more than like $49.97. You know what I mean? So yeah, I cannot wait for people to be able to dig in here and have their own like mind-blowing light bulb moments. And I can't wait to hear what those are for everyone, because I know, the meal planning section, that really helped me. But maybe for you, it's going to be how to organize your kitchen, or the mindset portion. Maybe you're just stuck with feeling overwhelmed or confused, or depressed, anxious about things. And that mindset portion really could be the game changer between going through another year feeling organized, feeling overwhelmed and not making progress, versus January next year, this time living in the kind of home you really want to live in. Let me see here. Books are great for cleaning time, makes me not even think about what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm guessing you mean like recorded books. My kids try to use books for cleaning time, like sit and read, and I'm like, no, get up and clean. Nice try. I love to see you reading, but we're cleaning right now. Um, so I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions that I haven't answered or anything, feel free to drop them in the chat. Um, I will give you just while you ask any other questions that may be lingering. I can give you some more little sneak peeks in here. Let's see. This. So I showed you a video, right? This is how the printables will come. So this is the home project planner from Emily Counts. She blogs at Small Stuff Counts, and she has included her PDF planner. So this is you can click down here to download it. And you also get like a little preview here. She included a bonus video, which is awesome. But then she just has a whole bunch of tips and tricks for, how to go about completing these different projects we want to do around our homes. So as you can see, look at this. She even included the sides of the binder spines, in different colors if you have, a preference between the different colors. And then there's just all these printables, right? And this is just one resource. I don't know. I know she sells this on her blog. I'm not sure what she sells this at, but I mean, I know it's it's not something that she just gives away for free, but she was so kind and generous enough to include it in the bundle. All the way to kitchen, garage. You can go all the way through your house. Like that's just one of the resources. Let's see. What are some others? Let me see if you have any questions here. Oh, listening, not reading. Yeah, that I understand that for sure. Mindset for me sounds helpful. I get attached to everything. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I really think mindset is the root of everything, right? I think if there's one section that everyone should listen to and watch, it's mindset. Um, Simply because that's what controls our whole experience of everything and what we do and the choices we make, and all of that creates our reality. So the mindset portion, I think that's why it's number one. That's why it's right there at the top, because I think it's the most important and affects everything else. Um, is it affiliated with Ultimate Bundles? No, this is just me. It's me and 50 of my closest organizing friends. So not affiliated, but a similar idea for sure. But yeah, totally different company. Yes, this has been helpful. I am looking forward to exploring the content. I think starting with the mindset section will be good for me. Already Bridget from Unclutter It, where I found the bundle. Yay! It's getting into my head and slowly changing my mindset. She is wonderful, isn't she? Yes, it is. That's a great place to start. Mindset is the place to start, I think. I'm in a mindset group for another problem, and the new insight is amazing to me. Good. Yeah, I mean, I think when we have that light bulb moment and we realize that we are the common denominator of our experiences and that our thoughts about things influence and create our feelings and then our actions that we take. It's that exact formula that Sarah talks about. It just puts us in a much more powerful place in our lives, right? I think a lot of people, it can be scary to take the mindset stuff on because Bridget is gold. I agree. It can be scary to take the mindset on because it gives us, I would say, radical accountability for our lives, right? We may not be able to control every single thing that happens to us or every circumstance we find ourselves in, but we can control what we think about those things and how we respond. Your emails about stuff taking up our space. Why am I keeping everything and can't enjoy anything? Yeah. it's I will be excited to hear what you think when you dig into the mindset portion and what light bulbs and revelations you're able to get from that. Because I know for myself, I have already had a lot, and I feel like I'm still at the beginning of this kind of new awakening, truly. So, um, alrighty, well, we have hit an hour already. I don't know how that happened. It went by so fast. I hope it went by fast for you, and that it was fun. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me at emily@happyorganizedlife.com or through whichever contributor you found this webinar through. We are all more than happy to answer any questions you have. If you would like to get the bundle, you can do so at this website, happyorganizedlife.com/HOL-bundle-2020. Um, it is only available until Tuesday night. So where's the little countdown? There we go. So that's how much time we have left. Um, and so I think someone asked lifetime access. So yes, we're guaranteeing it for a year. You will have access well beyond that. I just hedge my bets a little bit because there are factors that I don't necessarily have control over. So like the course platform, if they go out of business in 20 years, the course might disappear. I might have to put it on something else. So yes, lifetime access. Is this webinar going to be available to rewatch? Yes, it should be. This is my first time using this, but we are supposed to have a replay. So barring any technical difficulties or errors, yes, it should work. Platform is so pretty. Yay, I'm so happy to hear that. Thanks. Hi, Tessa. Oh, you got here late? Yeah, that's okay. You can start at the beginning and catch anything that you missed. So thank you so much for joining me. I've had so much fun. It's been so fun to get to talk to you and almost face to face. That would be the only thing that would make it better is if I could actually see all your faces. The best advice I ever got was don't worry about organizing. If you declutter, organization comes automatically. I found this to be very true. I think it can be true. Yeah, I think clutter gets in the way of a lot of organizing. However, I will say that I've had spaces that are decluttered and I still feel like I've struggled with the best way to organize and like the best systems and like where things should go. You know, where is the best place for this item? And that's what all of this goes through. The whole bundle, you know, talks about the best places for how to organize for your life, not just for any random bathroom, but how to make it work for you. So, all right, well, thank you again. And if you have any questions, reach out to me via email or social media or whoever brought you to the bundle. And I hope you all have a very wonderful weekend and I will talk to you soon. All right, bye.